Hello everyone, I am Vishal from Networkers Home Technical Team. Today I am here to discuss about the basics of cloud. Let's begin. Let's start the discussion. See, first before understanding the cloud basic, first we will understand this cloud basics with one scenario. Let's imagine that there is one person A and there is one more person that is B. So A is having its own company, B is having its own company. Now, as A is having its own company, for that he needs to have a physical server for storage purpose. So he will be having a physical server where he is going to store some data, files and everything. And apart from data files also, he is going to run some virtual machines over there. Similarly, B is also having a physical server. And he is also using that particular servers for data files storage, running virtual machines, or you can say websites or running websites. Now, what is going to happen? Let's say the business of A and B is not running good. So what they want to remove this particular physical server, but it is not possible. At present, it is not possible to remove these physical servers, because if they are having this, so how they are going to remove that? First thing. Second thing, what is happened, that if they have physical servers, for that they need a space, they need power consumption, huge power consumption will be there. Even they need one technical experts to handle this particular physical server. Now, and even this particular physical server will be having certain amount of capacity. Now, they don't require that. So is it possible for A and B to return back these physical servers? Not possible. So whatever they have, it is not going to return it back. So what happens, that there is one more person, let's say C, or you can say a company that is C. What he is telling that if you have your own physical servers, B, you also have your own physical servers, and you use this particular physical servers for storage purpose, for running some virtual machines, then why don't you do one thing, that I am having a very big server. So rather than keeping your own physical servers, what do? You put all your data files to my server, and similarly B, you also do, and you also put all the things to my server. Now what A and B will ask, that what is the benefit I am going to get it from that? So the C will tell that the benefit is that means today if you want this much of a space, you can buy, and tomorrow if you don't want this space, you can return it back. So it is a good advantage. Means today if I want, I can buy that space, and tomorrow if I don't want, I can return it back also. Fine. Now A and B will ask, then what is the means if I have to upload my data files to your server, and even the B is also going to ask the same thing, that I am going to upload data files to your servers. So if my files and data get compromised, how we are going to provide security to that? So C will tell you that we will be giving you a username and password, and with that particular login credentials, if you want, you can log in there, and whatever the other users you want, you can create there, who can log in and who can access this particular things. So yes, this is a good thing. So this is the cloud, where a large physical servers is present, and with that particular large physical servers, multiple users is able to access that physical servers. That's why it is a cloud. Now we will understand the basics and all the definitions of the cloud. See, a cloud is a network of remote servers that provides on-demand computing resources and services over the internet. When I say it a remote server, it means that the client is located somewhere else and the server is located at different place. That's why it is a remote server. So it is going to provide what? On-demand services. Means when I want, I can take. When I don't want, I can return it back. So these resources include computing power, storage, network capabilities, and among all other services we can use in this particular cloud. So you can access these resources and services from anywhere at any time. Just what we want, we want net connectivity. So a cloud computing allows the businesses and the individuals to avoid the cost and the complexity of owning and maintaining their own physical servers and infrastructures. So this cloud is a fundamental technology that underlying all the modern digital services, including web applications, mobile apps, and even we can use this for the online storage solutions. So you can say that this is the definitions as well as this is the use of this cloud. Means why do we use this cloud? Next point. Next we have is a characteristics of the cloud. Now what are the characteristics? It is going to provide on-demand self-services. Means it is a features of the cloud. It is a key features of the cloud that will enable the users to easily and quickly access the computing resources and services whenever they need them. Then we have is a broad network access. Means you can access this particular cloud from any devices, not a fixed device. Even if we want, we can access it from our desktops, laptops, mobile phones, anything. That's what it is going to provide you broad network access. Next we have is a resource pooling. Now, what is this resource pooling? It means that multiple people can access this particular cloud. So it is going to have in resource pooling a large number of physical and virtual resources such as servers, storage devices, and network bandwidth are shared among the multiple users. So a big server is there that can be accessed from multiple users. That's why it is having a concept of resource pooling. Then rapid elasticity. It means today if you want to increase the capacity, you can, and means you can control it based on the user's demand. So it is nothing but automatically scale up or down in responses to changing their users' demand. Based on the user demands, we can control it. So without any manual intervention of the service providers, we can do that. Next we have is a measured services. Measured services means that it is going to provide you that whatever the things you are using, you are going to pay for that only. You are not going to pay for any extra thing. So that's why it is a measured services. Then in the types of cloud, we have three types of cloud. One we have is a private cloud, public cloud, and hybrid cloud. So a private cloud is nothing but that can be accessed by the private network or private individuals. Now dedicated to a single organization, not shared with other users or the organizations. Whereas this public cloud, it is available and it is shared among the multiple users who can access this through the internet. And next we have is a hybrid cloud. That is nothing but it is a combination of public as well as private cloud. So in a hybrid cloud, an organization can use a mix of public cloud and a private cloud depending on their specific needs and the requirements. So these are the types of cloud computings. Next is nothing but what type of services model we have in the cloud. One we have is an infrastructure as a services model, where you will be getting infrastructure and you will be using this cloud services to run various things like virtual machines, storage, networking devices. So instead of having a physical machines, we can also use a virtual machines over there. So it is going to provide you as an infrastructure as services. Rather than maintaining a physical infrastructure, so we can have a virtual machines and we can use this particular cloud services to have this virtual machines, storage, networking devices, networking services, all the things without having to purchase and maintaining the physical hardware. And this allows the businesses to reduce their capital expenditures and only pay for the resources they need and when they need them. Next we have is a platform as a services. In the platform, it is in the platform as a services, it is going to provide you a platform for the developers for building something, for testing something, for deploying the applications without having to manage the underlying infrastructure. With the platform as a services, we can deploy the things, we can test the things. So testing can be done with the help of this platform as a services. So like for example, Google App Engine is going to provide you the platform to search about something. And after this platform as a services, we have one more that we call as a software as a services. So software as a services is a type of cloud computing services that provides the software applications to the users. So instead of installing a software on their own computers or servers, users can access the software applications through a web browsers or the mobile app, that is with the help of this cloud. Correct? So these are like examples can be Microsoft Office 365, anything. So these are the things that is present on the services of that particular cloud, that is infrastructure as a services, platform as a services, and software as a services. So let's have a quick review whatever we have discussed. So we have seen there that the cloud is going to provide you on-demand self-services, then it is going to provide you broad network access, then it is going to provide you the resource pooling. Based on that, what will happen? Multiple users can access this particular physical server. Then rapid elasticity means if we want to scale up or scale down, we can do that with the help of this rapid elasticity. Then we have as a measured services. Whatever we want, we are going to pay for that only. Next, we have as a types of cloud computing. So in the types of cloud computing, we have discussed that we have a private cloud that is going to be accessed by the smaller like private or single dedicated organizations. And then we have as a public cloud that is available on the internet and that is being shared among the multiple users who can access this with the help of internet. And next, I told you that we have on a hybrid cloud, that is nothing but it is the combination of the private and private and public cloud. Next, we discussed that in the services as a model for the cloud, we have one that is called as infrastructure as services, where it is going to provide you certain infrastructure over the cloud. With the help of that, you can run something like you can say virtual machines, networking services. So these are all the things. Instead of having any physical hardware devices, we can use and we can perform several activities using these virtual devices. Then we have as a platform as a services, where you are going to get a platform, and based on that, you can use that particular cloud services for testing something, for deploying something applications that is going to help for the developers. And then last, we have discussed about the software as a services, where you will be getting a software. Based on that, you can perform several other activities also. Correct? So that's all. Thank you very much.